So good morning guys, ALSA Philippines here and I'm with
Coach Z.
unsay work nimo Coach Z? Like coach na gina unsa man na like brief detail.
Brief detail of what I do is I'm the head coach of Subterra Underground, and that's it. Most of the time, I'm a coach and a CrossFit athlete as well.
So, sige, kana ta magsugod. Uh, as a coach, like magsige man katubang og tao, unsa man kasigaran like mostly namon gyud gyms. Na mga tog gym na wala gana na sila mo workout tanaw sila from Google or YouTube. So unsa magigamit sa coach nganong is it needed ba gyud or naara gyud na nimo kailangan nimo coach or di for you?
Well, depending on your fitness goal, it would be nice to have your own coach. Then, ang gamit sa coach is to help guide you through your fitness journey, which them as being a coach, they're more knowledgeable on what they do, fitness-wise. So, in that way, you'll be guided and you'll be taught on what to do in the gym.
So meaning to say needed ang coach if depende sa imong fitness journey sakto ba? So what do you mean like kana specific lang unsa may kailangan gina kog coach?
Well, if ikaw ganahan ka nga magpagamay or magpadako or magpabugat, of course, you'll need a coach to guide you. Dili kay magpataka lang ta or magsilang tag-search sa YouTube or Google o what to do, what not to do. Kay if magsige magatag agad sa internet, kay what happens to us will be misguided. You think what they're teaching online is true, pero dili diay. So, ikaw rin pa alkansi, and then in that way pa lang, it's being unhealthy also. Kay you're not sure man of what to do and what not to do niya. Wala sad sila advice mahatag nimo because again, sunod-sunod ramang ka.
Okay, from that what can you say about I mean nara mo kita sa like digital media, di ba? Kasagaran mong good. Ako ra gani kay mugawas man sad sa feed sad sa ako. The moment mag-search kag fat loss, how to lose weight, daghan, di ko ingon tanan bati, pero daghan og mga tawag na tog online coaches kanang mag-sell og book, sell sila og PDF na murag lose weight in 30 days. Lose to na pila ka days murag ana. Kaya na nimo. Waist trimmer, ana, then buy this ebook, kuha na din nimo. So, unsa may maingon nimo ana nila?
Narapod na nila, that's their way of marketing, and then that's their way of earning money also. But then again, it can't guarantee you to achieve your goal, especially kanang realistically lang, you're not gonna achieve anything in 30 days unless mo crash diet ka or kanang unhealthy way siya if imong goal is to achieve something in 30 days or something yana.
That's at least na hatag na to ang brief sa coach. Kana as an athlete, so masay siguro sa may mukha ano ka. So may maingon nimo like journey nimo as an athlete kay for sure start ka an athlete, di ba? Athlete then coach. So kana musta man nimong journey as an athlete?
Journey as an athlete, it's fun, especially the parts where you get to learn new stuff. You get to improve each and every day. When it comes to my journey, it was mostly what do you call that? Because when I started CrossFit, I got hooked right away. So I got hooked right away, and then after that, I started watching mga YouTube videos on mga movements of CrossFit, trying to understand it more, and it's because of that na I think faster akong pag-improve, especially technique-wise when it comes to the barbell. And then, katusad, ang nakanindot before is I had a coach that would help me in the gym also. So, na siya.
Sa kana, is it easier from an athlete then nahimong coach, sayon ra mo tudlo og like athlete baron or mga bag-o pa nagikan ka athlete or coach kay most of the time wala sila na um sa ko ron ninibawa na lahi gid ang coach, lahi gid ang athlete kay di ba naman tayo gitawag na quote na coaches don't play. So okay ba asa na siya gikan pero ang ako na is it somehow different or naaba na siya advantage na athlete kanya na himong coach?
For me, yes, nandiyan na siya advantage on being an athlete and mo transition ka as a coach. Why? It's because in the sport of CrossFit, magod. I mean, not in just in the sport of CrossFit, magod. It requires kanang practice, and then if if you're not an athlete or if you don't do the workouts, it's hard for you to teach the members or athletes what to do or how to attack the workout. So from what I can say, experience is the best coach. So kana especially ako nga ni transition ko from being an athlete then to a coach, murag it was much easier for me to teach members kay I do the movements man, and then I also research, and then I also try to learn on how to properly scale for the members mga ana. So from your question nga, is it better to be an athlete or was that to? Was it
Nabay advantage ang athlete na mahimong coach o coach lang kada yun?
so nadyo advantage of course if kanang athlete ka niya mo transition ka og coach kay again you're doing the movements already and then you're practicing the movements, and that way kana you'll know how to work out. Like example, in a workout there's a 135-pound barbell. Yeah, you as a coach, you'll know nga it's going to be heavy for most members. So in that way, you'll know how to lower down the weight. Like tell the members nga, oh, lower down the weight lang kay it's going to be heavy for you, or you tell the members, oh, just don't do this kay that's too high skill pa for you. So kana advantage siya if you're an athlete, then you transition to a coach.
Okay, I see. So lahi ra sa gid if athlete niya coach kay ang basis pa is experience. Okay, experience gid siya. Sa kana sad focus la like as a whole, no, like as ikaw as like coach Z or si Z man lang gid kinamo gi coach pero ana si Z lang gid. How did you motivate yourself na all this time pila na ka years nag-train og nag-coach?
Or 5 to 6 years. Mo 6 years naman siguro. Oh. They started late 2018. Oh yeah. So yeah, ni 5 years na. 5 years.
So 5 years, and then kana how did you motivate your like dili na siya for me dili na normal para nako lang. Extraordinary na ang mudugay kag inana sa usa ka industry na magsige ra kag kapoy, mata, ALSA, buhat ani, buhat ana, kaon pagid nimo. How did you motivate yourself?
When it comes to motivation, I really can't say anything about it because I was never the type of person na moves through motivation. So I'm a freak of habit. So I always have a routine and I stick to that routine. So ever since then, I'd wake up, I'd work out, go home. And then for me, that's not even a problem anymore. It's like I'm used to that. Yeah, I try not to look for anything other than that. So di na ko mangita og kanang, let's say, kanang ganahan ko mulaag in between, because it'll make me think also nga, if mulaag ko, then basin mo hinder akong progress or makulangan akong training or kana masubraan ko kiat nga basin ma-injure na noon. So in terms of motivation, di kay ko makaingon og nga there's something that motivates me. I'm more of a disciplined kind of guy. So kana other than that, maybe if we really talk about motivation, maybe if I look at mga CrossFit Games videos or kana mga anything related to CrossFit, especially mga top athletes, kana mga elite athletes like silang Fraser, Froning, kay I don't know if you can say it motivates me, but it hypes me up to work out for the next day. Murag it changes my mental aspect of on how to attack the workout, or um how to properly do the movements, how efficiently should I do them. Mayana. So kana I think for me it's discipline over motivation for me.
Okay, so discipline over motivation. Pero na having like build by habits, discipline and everything. So atong maingon na murag mas paborgig ka sa wellness sa imuhang overall health and skill sa kanina sport. So wala po ka naka-encounter og like FOMO, fear of missing out.
Kana wala jud mo na murag masamukan ko if og tao nga kanang ma-FOMO kay wa man jud ko ma-FOMO ever since. So di ko kasabot nga no.
Okay, kuyaw sa dya. Kuyaw sa dya kay build by habit, no? Like, inana na underlying habit na ALSA, mata, buhat ani. Pero sa kana sad na point, sa ikaw man na, no? Sa ikaw man na. So, karon coach naman, nag-coach man ka. For sure, daghan na kag na-encounter na tao, lahi sad sila o kuan sa life, lahi sad sila gagian, lahi sila gikan. Then most probably, kay bawsag ko na naay nisod ani na sport or maski ilang gid sport na niabot na tao sa imo ha. Counter kasi hang shit na murag mo niyang giingon nimo, na murag pras mo giingon ba? Na murag kasabot sa FOMO na sense nganong naa sila na ikaw kay wala. How did you like siguro help? Di man siguro help kay di man sad siguro sila kalang tabang. Pero how did you manage them ba? Na kana lahi biya imong point of view like para nimo sayon ra mo mata. Sayon ra mo ALSA, sayon ra ni siya himong habit, sayon ra ma-discipline. Giunsa man na nimo sila pag-manage na for sure daghang gigmingon mo na coach kani di ko kani kana. Giunsa man na nimo?
When it comes to managing athletes or members, most of the time ako ra sila ingnon kung kanang like if ma-FOMO sila, then most of the time murag master man ko if kailangan ba jud nila. Or other than that, murag I think mo support pod ko like if ever ma-FOMO sila then go kanang yan ba murag it's not I've reached the point where I've understood nga you're not in the place to stop an athlete or stop a member to do what they want to do. You're only there to tell them or give advices, and it's up to them already to follow you or not. So kana I've already reached the point nga lang just let them be. If they want then they can go. Wala na. So right now I have members here at the underground nga are asking for my help. Like they're asking for accessory works, mga yana. And then from the very start pa lang daan, I already told them nga I'm this type of coach nga if you want to ask for my help, then I want you to follow it. Then if ever there's something that comes up, then you tell me, and then we'll see what we can do about it. But again, I tell them na if you continue each and every day doing the accessory work, then you're gonna achieve the goal that you're looking for. But if there will be days na you'll come and you don't feel like it because wala lang, you're lazy or kwan, then that'll hinder your progress. So most of the time, I'll just make them understand what's gonna happen if ever mada sila ng FOMO. Kaya na. So kana igor na ako sila kanang advicean. Then sila na ibahala on sa nila buhaton.
I see. So bali grabe no. Kuan gid kanang ang kandutan sa pagingon ang kandutan po sa imong side is klase ka sa tao na nakay gi barugan sa things like you believe by it, you stand by it, ikaw na like maunay nakapurma nimo as Coach Z as kana sa aspect karon na naman kana na industry ana. At some point nisod pud ba siguro dili pud mo sod pero I think naagid unsa ka nigawas pa sa imong mind or kanang murag siguro mahay di man sad siguro mahay unsa ka if wala ka diri ron? Kana.
Um, yeah, of course, I've had that thought many times already nga, what if I didn't, cause after I graduated college, I pursued med. So, nag-medicine ko, I studied in CDU before for college, and then after college, I pursued med in FINMA. So, kana makathink sad ko nga, what if wala ko ni study og med, where would I be right now? Or if I worked right away after college, kay what could have my work be? So, may nga na, like, but if you're asking what I could have been, that I don't really know. Kay murag, when I was in college, murag, I never really thought about my future at that time yet. So murag, wala ko nag-think nga, oh, I should get this job. I should work on this, or a few years from now I should be there already. May ana. So I really can't say. Yung okay ba?
So, para nimo kato na stage na Z ato kay murag kuan lang siya. Go with the flow.
Yeah, murag, most likely go with the flow to siya, and then ang Z never really came up after, di pa ko Z before, kay in college and before CrossFit, Zaien jud ko niya. Pag CrossFit na, murag naka-realize ko nga lisod siya i-pronounce for most people. So mo ako nang i-shorten to Z. Niya, eventually it became to a big Z. Niya, kana bisagon sa lang basta na Z.
Pero ka lahi mo nang DK mo tong na DK.
Yeah, DK lahi sa nang DK. But excuse me. DK sad kay it all started with a TikTok, and then I just like that song lang jud niya. Motomorg, there were a few reels or a few posts nga I would use the DK song. Yeah, moto eventually people tried to connect DK and me lang sad. Yeah, they were like, "Oh, you really look like DK, or you live like DK." So karon man na nahimo na nung DK karon.
I see. Pero kuyawan ako kay grabe I mean, base mong giingon ba na. Ang akong ngunilhan, if kay bawala mo guys, para mag-gym ni Coach Z, kasi siyang coach. Kanang ako nilhan, gid na Z is katong una gid mo giingon na si Z, which is coach, mo help, mo ALSA, kana gid. Pag ingon na nimo tong part na ang katong Zaien, which is college, wala naghunahuna sa future, murag siguro kato go with the flow ang iyahang koan. Naabay mga tao either nakasuway na ka like naa gini na stage, pero ganahan ko mo share ka sa ana na part. For sure lahi gid to na tao to before og karon. So basically naagi mga tao na nilabay na lang ana na part sa imuha na karon kay I don't know basin nalain ba nimo or bag-o na ang pagtanaw nimo, uy di naman ka pareha sa una, dili naman ikaw ning inana. So how did you, maskin pag maingon ang tao no na wala ra ko'y paki or dili ko ka feel emotionally or mentally mo impact man sa na kamrab ko no ka ha unsa di ko sa una, unsa di ko gibuhat nimo sa una, unsa di akong nahatag nimo sa una, so unsa may kuan mo na experience.
Well, if kana in terms of friends, I used to back then, kay I'm a very reserved guy. So you can see or you can tell nga I know a lot of people, but I never really hung out with a lot of people back then. So I used to always hang out with just my best friend. So it's always just the two of us lang. And then back to kanang kato nga freak of habit. Ever since college pa jud, wala ko'y buhaton kundi gym lang. So school, yeah, since na may gym besides school, like school, yeah, gym, yeah, school, uli. Ana, so balik mo na dyan akong life ever since college niya. Ako tig sayaw pa man sa ko before. Tig sayaw man ko. So it's either that nga school, gym, dance practice, uli. Ngayon na, so never jud ko kanang mulaag ba. And then if ever mulaag man gani ko, it's always on a Saturday night lang, never on a weekday. So in terms of managing friends, murag wala lang, murag sa akong I find it funny lang nga how people see me nowadays nga ma-shock na lang sila nga seryoso na kay ko. But never man nabot sa point nga malain sila na ako cause nausab ko. It's like more ma-shock or ma-amaze lang siguro sila nga natarong ko or na seryoso na ko.
Oh, okay, okay. So, so ina na siya. Sa una pa lang, naanananin mo ang kanang habit. Pero murag ang, sa may term na, facade baron or murag maoy na ang point of view sa tao nimo is ikaw tong Zain na kiat na, maduulan ra, masungugan ra nako. Then, karon at some point, naabot na rin na murag,
Dili jud sa masungogan or maon sa ingana but ako ang type of guy nga basta kanang bisag sa kadako na kong tao kay kiat lihok kaayo. So way buot kanang ana pero never ko naka-try kana ila kong sungog mas murag ako ang saba most of the time. So murag ako ang mas manungog sa mga tao most of the time. Which is I think naramang gyapon hatod karon pero mas murag mas tarong na lang ang pag amot if nabe tarong pagsungog mas formal nga sungog. Sa una kiat nga sungog karon kay tarong nga sungog. Pero kana murag ang nausab lang siguro is kana ang kakiat. So murag nawa. So kana mo na siya.
so, okay. Business siguro, sa man, di po, di dado experience, gid. Tungkol sa mga experiences na imong mga naagian, siguro mo nang murag ni shift na po mong perspective ba. Pero, based mo ganyan, you're a man of habit naman sa day, gid di ay. Kay gym, school, ana. I don't know if pwede no, pero pwede rag dili po kamuingon, pero narani mo. Is there, like si Z or Zaien, nabay regrets? Like, as a whole ni siya na question, nabay regrets? Na ba kayo regrets? Any aspect ha? Any aspect, dili lang sa sport, dili lang sa sauna. I mean, life as a whole, na ba kayo regrets?
Regrets. I don't think I have because I believe man in that saying na kana ganing istorya nga kana if you can go back to the past would you change one thing na may ana. So I believe in that saying if you what happened in the past is what makes you the man you are today. So when it comes to regrets murag wala ra siguro ko yung regrets ma-think kay murag thankful naman siguro nga na-happen to sila. Maybe when it comes to kuan siguro kanang naman sa jud ko yung mga misunderstandings with my old friends. So maybe kana murag I could have been more mature enough to confront them. Kanang nga na murag I would kuan siguro murag I would have wished nga what I know now is what I knew back then pa lang. Para in that way murag mature ang pag handle sa mga situations.
So karon actually akong gikuan nang hilabot ko sa mong story pag BE. Kay mo ko la. Kay idea ba. Kay ganahan ko madungog sa mong take kay mo mangi story. If you can't handle uncertainty, you can't handle growth. Why? Anong nakarelate mo ka?
Well, this is based on my did you ko makaingon kung na-mention ko ni the past few days nga I know some things but I just can't explain it why I know them. Kada may ana so kato nga quote or kani nga post which is if you can't handle uncertainty, you can't handle growth. It's I think ma-share nila ko siya based on my experience masad good nga based on my experience and based on what I see. It's there's a saying also nga, in order for you to grow, you have to go through hell or kanang at least you have to go through something that changes you. And then for me, I believe nga kanang the bad things that happen to you, they help you grow. Because in that way, it teaches you life also. So, if you can't handle uncertainty, then how are you gonna grow? So, let's say something bad happens to you on that day. Unsa may buhaton? Are you going to think? Are you gonna analyze on what you can do para di na siya ma-happen? Or are you just gonna sit down and then cry about it. Kana may ba like murag, if there's something bad that happens to you, then if you want something to change, then you can do something about it. Murag, if there's a problem, there's always a solution. So why just stick to the problem and then not do anything about it? So kaya na murag, with the uncertainty that happens in your life, be thankful for that, kay that's what helps you grow. So kana murag nakarelate rabad ko, and then this post wasn't just for me, but for those who are following my account lang sad, for those who are for those who see my stories lang pud.
Gika na to, no? Ay, ako nakuha to sa imong ingon is people need to make choices. They have their choices. Like, naagid sila they get the freedom. So, it's like basically saying na kung asa man kay karon na stage sa imong life, wala na ilain nagbuotan na kundi ikaw.
That also relates to stress, because people ask why I'm never stressed. It's like, because when it comes to stress, manggod, it depends on what the problem is. And then if you think about your problem, you also have to think, is there going to be a solution to it? So murag, I don't know, it's because of I'm always in Instagram. My Instagram isn't anything but self-help posts or K-pop. So it's 3 days. So CrossFit, K-pop, and then self-help posts. So when it comes to the self-help posts, I try to understand it, and then when I understand it, I take it in. So I take it as a lesson. So kana when it comes to stress, there's always that graph nga that goes stress, yes or no. Then you go with yes. Is there a solution? Then there's no need to be stressed at. So if moingon kag no, stress no, then there's nothing to be stressed at. So kana may nga post ba. So one example I can say is when you're in traffic. So when you're in traffic, I don't get why people get mad and frustrated when they're in traffic. Nga, there's nothing you can do about it. Kana ganing naka in the middle of the road, magsiyag beep beep beep, like unsa may mag road rage niya. Unsa may gamit si mong pag beep nga. The person in front of you can't do anything about it. The person in front of him can't do anything because all of you are stuck there. Kana may ba, like you're only stressing yourself, kana you're choosing to be stressed at nothing. Kana may ba. So kato, which is relate sa mong gingon nga, everyone has a choice. So they can choose to be stressed, they can choose not to be stressed. So kana narjo na nilang duha.
Bitaw, sakto gid, like ngano gid bitaw, like nana na mga problem ba na kaybaw man ka na imo ra gyud binuhatan if kana same gingon masuko ba ka na traffic man na kay mahimo, or malate ba ka na sa man nimo makalimatag sa iyo. So sa inana, ang ako lang yung point of view na kay me myself is nasa ko ako ang standpoint, nasa ko discipline sa ako mga ginabuhat. Dili sa mengon magtan-aw mong ko most of the time sa point of view sa lain. So ang ako among good is parang ako di man siya gift, pero swerte, di ba siya luck siguro. Skill siya na naabot sa ato na dali kita makaingon ana. Kay sure ko igabot ani, i-release ani ang mga tao makadungog ani, dili gid tanan pareha na to na mo agree, dili sa tanan parehas na og thinking. Kay maskin pag maingon ko ani no na naa kay choice, there always be people who has been like all their life neutral. Neutral, like diri wala lang ko piliun, ganahan lang ko ani kay comfortable sila na state. Sa imong coach, how did you like perceive those people na nga na bitaw di mo ingon ko na lahi man gid no, pero murag naamon tay same ana na thinking sa mga things natong ginabuhat. Kay I love my own thing, you love your own thing. Kana ba when people like mostly ron sa social media sa age and generation, like daghan na gid kaayo ang siguro makabantay, siguro may mga stories of other people, they're sad, they're this, and then I don't know what to, kana pa lang na question, I don't know what to do, why this is happening to me, like parang yun, watching on the bad things, like kita maka-solve ta na sa sides ta kato na kay system, stress, yes or no, masolve ba ni or di. Sila mong good. Like, sila, wala na sila ana na thinking. So, how do you, like, perceive na kanang mga inanas classes tao? Like, unsa may lang agian, unsa man imong maingon about ana nila?
Well, first thing is um, you have to ask if, not really ask, but that'll depend also if the person is sharing. So, like, let's say, nasa sila problem and then they're sharing to you. So, first thing you do is you have to listen to their problem. Yes, you listen to their problem. Then, it's mostly about giving advices man sa akong pag-understand sa mong question, like what advice can I give or what can I do to help. It's it depends bang good, because if someone is sharing to you, all you have to do is listen dapat. So you're not supposed to give your opinion unless they need it. And then as maybe if you're in the place also, what advice I can give them, it really depends, because what you can do is you can just ask questions lang, like why, because you can never really kana sad. So there's this saying sad akong nakitaan nga kana ganing, I don't know if this mo niya sakto nga sentence, but you can't bring a horse to the lake. Parang murag katong di mo mapugos ang horse to drink sa lake, but if imo lang siya pasagdan lang mo inom ra siya giyaha. Kana may ana ba? So kana murag that relates to people also nga you can't tell the person to change. You can't tell the person to think this way, but you can only make them realize. So you tell them something, you ask questions like, oh, I'm so stressed, mo yung sila, I'm so stressed, kaya nga na. Di mo ask ka nga, di, kato, the graph nga I was, the system I was talking about nga, you ask them nga, oh, do you think you can do something about it? Mo nga sila nga, yeah, I think then there's your solution. Then why do you need to be stressed about it? Mo na ba? So, all you have to do is kanang be there for them, like ask them questions. Why do you think this is the case? Why do you think you can't do anything about it? Let's say kana nga, oh, I'm stressed with this and that. Is there is there a way that you can do something about it? Mo nga sila no. Mo ka nga, oh, why do you think so? Nganong wala mang why do you think there's nothing that can help you with this situation? So it's because I'm limited to this, I'm limited to that. And then is there a way that we can do something about it nga makaget ta na, or that we can surpass that limit, or we can help you with that? So yeah, then we can help you with that situation kana. So ma-achieve gyapon nimo. So in that sense, murag magsige kag ask questions up until you can find the solution. So in that way also, that will help the person realize nga, oh yeah, like there's a solution man day. So in that way they'll be relieved na nga they that you were able to actually help them. So kana murag the way my mind works right now is I'm thankful also sa process programming kana silang Coach Ed and Ant kay kanang murag, because of how Ed thinks and how he questions members and athletes, murag nakuha sa na ako nga mataw sa murag sakto man sa ilang way of kanang getting to know or talking to the athletes. So kana the way they talk to athletes and members, it's not just in the gym, but it also applies in life. So mga yan ba? So asking why, ngano yung ana, and then why do you think so? Why do you think not? Ngano di man kailangan? So kana man yan nga question. So kato back to your question nga, what can I give them or what can I do to help them? Is kuan lang, be there for them, ask them questions, why, and letting them know nga, I mean not letting them know, but asking what you can do to help them. So kana, so to shorten that one, you can't do anything about it, but you can help them realize that there's something to do, or they can do something about it.
So yeah, the power of why. Why is kani? Why is ini? And then kato mo result. Yes. Shit. Yeah. Nako ato. That's cool. Sa kana pod ng mga tao, at least bitaw, sakto dili siya siguro no matawag siya help, pero siguro tool ra siguro ka ana niya na murag makarealize siya na kani sakto gid ay.
Because with some of the books nga I've read or some of the posts nga I've read, is mo indicate mangod siya nga kanang murag the person has his own mind and then the person has his own thinking. So murag um in that sense pa lang murag it's like understanding the person and then it's understanding each person is different. So kanang may ana, so each person is has a different way of thinking. So each person was brought up differently by their own family. Each person lives in a different country. Each person has his or her own culture. So in that sense palang murag each individual is different jud. So you can't just stick to your own mindset and then apply it to each and every person because murag di man na siya nimo ma-replicate nga oh you should be like me, you should be like me, you should be like me. It's di man na ing ana. So each person has its own way of thinking. So what you can do is you can help them realize in their own way. So you can ask them questions na noon. So may ana.
So it's like using what you have on yourself as your like superpower. Kay mao may naani mo, mao na gamita. Dili kay ang unsay naa nako mao ay mohang gamiton. Kay siguro ma-inspire ka pero di man kita parehas. Okay. So, based from all those things, makaingon jud ka na, di ba kung ingon tanan, pero for sure, wa pa magid siguro na na-solve ni mo tanan question ni mo, no?
Yeah, wala pa said like I'm still 27 and I don't think I've discovered I mean I'm not I'm not there yet. I'm still in the process of learning. And if let's say 100% I'm pretty sure na pa ako sa at least 15% or 20% of learning. So there's still a long way for me to go. A lot of books for me to read, a lot of podcasts to listen, a lot of life lessons pa jud nga atong magian.
Pero siguro, I think sakto ka na, kana siguro mag-percentage, like 15, ano, sa imong naabtan. Pero para nako lang, like, same as me, I think, dili gid nato na, di mahurot ato ang why ug how. Kay, for sure katong Z sa una, ug ako, ang JV sa una, kani atong situation ron, ila sa ning ginahon na ba? E pagabot na to, wala, mao man na ang feeling. Mao na siya ang feeling na, mao na din siya. So, tungod na anad murag, alay na sad. More na pod, nanapog ko'y dapat makatonan. Nanapog ko'y dapat nabay sayop, nabay, kana na term, isod sa command ron. Base magiingon ba, di ba katong pag pass nito, nagiingon mo na, nakay magian na lisod, challenging. You feel like, napagi mas lisod sa lisod ni mong nagyan? Like for you?
Like kaning you also have to think what maybe kanang murag basta ako man good the way I think I always base it on how people might think. So I've always been at the POV of the other person. So kana let's talk about problems nga what may be big for the other person may be small for you. So you can't just belittle his or her own problem. Okay, it may be big for her, then it may be little for you. Same thing as yours. Nga, it might be big for you, but it might be little for that person. So, kana marag each and every person has their own battles, has their own problems, and it's you as a person. Your job is to understand it. So, kato imong question nga. Sa to katong so I can't say that I do, but I've been through problems before. I used to think they were big already. Yeah, so kana like cuz it's at the moment manggod nga kanang where you at, where you are right now kay like you'll think nga mo na jud ni lisod na kay ni like unsaon akong buhaton nga. But a few years from now when you look back, makaingon ka nga gamay ra man day kay to di man dito nga to kadako nganong ako mo stress. So kana in those be thankful sad for those kinds of problems kay what you think was big before is little now. You can use that as a lesson to help someone. So you can always tell the person I've been in your situation, this is what I did. I can assure you there's nothing to be stressed about. Everything will work out fine. So in that way pa lang na-relief ang person nga. Okay, murag I can do this. I can go through this kay murag tao nga is by your side lang ba. Kana nag-guide nimo, nag-help nimo. So kana murag big problems kana murag I'm pretty sure there will be even bigger problems in the future nga walang takabaw. And then it's up to you to be prepared on how to encounter that or how to attack that problem. At least karon nga murag in our sense of excuse me, in our way of thinking right now, murag, as long as we keep evolving, then there's not gonna be a bigger problem in the future that we can't solve.
So that's also saying no na dili gid white tao na perfect at some point. They just know how to uh, put themselves into like a system na what they believe in is right for them. Then kana sa mga naminaw, for sure namin nakuha na parts no na ang problems dili ra ikaw ang naa, kita tanan naa. And sa kana na part pod is based on gingon nagay solution. Para nako po na naman sa go like di mong ginaihatag og di sa nimo kaya. Sa kana coach na you have this way of thinking and sure ko di lang ako like I know na anay mga tao na like they look upon you for sure, including my brother. My brother of course. Shout out na MJ, diba? Like kana so pagkaiba pa lang ako na daan murag kaiba dili ra gid na siya akong igsuon gid na at some point like say man mo about anang K-pop and stuff. So kana siya how does it feel? Is there pressure or something like for sure dili ra na naagi mga tao pud na gina tan-aw gid ka like top tier, you're in the top box. Kung unsay mo pagtan-aw sa imong heroes mo na tan-aw nila nimo ron. How does it feel?
Kana may ana I don't know how to feel about them basta mawa man ko, but labi na marag kanang makahear ko kanang mga maningon nga idol ko namin, especially kanang there's some crossfitters, mga crossfit athletes sa Manila. Basta I talked about this recently jud I saw niya niana jud ko nga I find it so awkward nga people idolize me, me knowing who I am. As in I can remember I was sharing this to my best friend. Now we were driving, I was in the front seat. Yeah. Earlier that day, someone was, that person was from another place, from a different box, and then she said, nga, "Oh, coach, pwede po bang pa-shout out?" I was like, "Why?" She was like, kasi idol ka kasi nila." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, okay." So at first, I was like, I got kind of awkward. And I was like, I just said hello na sa video, hello, said their names. Nah, so I shared that to my best friend. I'm like, bro, like, I find it so awkward nga how people are like idolizing me and stuff like that. And then here I am in your front seat eating eggs. So kind of like, I don't know how to feel about them. So I just find them awkward. I don't know how to respond. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about those dude. Like some might take it as kanang muhambog sila or kanang they take advantage of it. For me, like I don't know, like I know how I am, and then I'm not worth it to be idolized that. Like I swear, like I'm just I don't know. Okay ba kung sa kong buhato na na?
Yeah. Actually, ang tanong ko kay pwes mong ingon ba like kanahan mo ba like idolize? Ako na yung pinnacle of truth. Anything I say should believe me. Ano wala? Okay, all the time sa inana mong good. Di tanan na. Pero kasagaran ma-idolize ka kay wala na kay ability ba na maayo ko ani. Kano na sa ego ba? Muha na ang ego na ano. Then nana sila ana na sense na uy, dapat inganay nako dapat musod ko ani na lugar pat kaila sila nako libre na ba ko ani. Ina dili tanan no, pero naagi inana gid na tao like naadyo kanilang gid na inana gid sila like they feel they're so big, which is siguro at some point sa atong sa kong point of view murag okay inana lang siya katong nanay ang thinking, pero nindot imong take no murag awkward siya di mo di ka feel na murag wala ra kay wala.
Like there's nothing to be idolized. Yeah, I know nga I lift heavy, and then yeah, murag currently, I think, murag ako man siguro ang strongest karon sa Philippines in terms of lifting sa CrossFit. And then kana murag people idolize me as that nga. Oh, coach, ang lakas mo talaga or ganda ng technique mo. Niya ako kay it's okay. Thank you. Like kana so murag ma-awkward ko ba so kana murag okay ba unsa buhaton na nila.
Pero sa kana po, I mean, sud sa imong mind na grateful po ka. Siguro na at least sa kana na sense, naka-inspire kag tao. Pero for sure nasa tao na di sad ganahan no. For sure nasa mga tao na inspire na pildihon ka na murag nasuko sad sila nimo siguro. We don't know. We don't know. Pero for sure naman gina like in every good naman gina bad. So para na ko murag naa gina na tao pero I mean siguro for me it's like at least na kay magamit na nimo na sense na makatudlo ka sa para nimo unsay tarong unsay nindot, diba?
Yeah, sakto. In that way, murag naka-think sad ko before nga kanang basta I was being told nga kanang sa to gani kanang I should put up a weightlifting class so, or something like that. Nya mo to makaana ko nga I'm not that confident yet. Basta I'm not confident niya. Then again, giing na nagyapon ko nga kabugat si mong ALSA niya di pa ka confident niya murag ningon sila nga kanang you can't lift that heavy, dude, if your technique isn't that good. So murag from that palang daan with that saying kay murag nakaingon sila nga okay murag sakto sad murag I don't think I could have lifted that heavy if ever bati akong technique niya. It made it even more special nga ang ni mention ana is a veteran CrossFit athlete here sa Philippines. So for him believing in me that I can do that, motong na put up tong weightlifting seminar which happened 2 months ago. 2 months ago.
Yeah. So like okay mo to no? Many things happening sa imong life. Which is karon, which is sa atong mga tawag na mga fan ni Coach Z. If maabot na ninyo, nara kay bawo na mo sa inyong answer basin niya nakaingon mo na siyam naggad.
Oy, willing or be jud ko mo help if mo ask mo question. Like I told some of the members nga I try not to approach as much as I can. But if you approach me and ask for my help, then willing or jud ko mo help. So ako ra jud maingon is ay mo kahadlok kay mo help ra jud ko. Even if you just send me a message sa Instagram like, "Oh coach, how's my technique look? Oh coach, like is this okay? Is this okay? What can I do? What can help me?" Mo reply ra jud ko like I'm always on on Instagram, so I think that's one way of contacting me. Then so if you send me a video of your lift, then we can try to break it down. Oh, this, that, imong feet, ingani, imong pag-pull, ingana. So, murag, there's no need to be scared of me. Kay mo help ra jud ko.
Okay. So I just like sa kato no daghan kog nakuha. For sure ang maminaw sa dani puhon daghan sag makuha. So unsa may mga for like ending this unsa may mga coming events sa imong life unsa may mga padung
Coming events, there's not much going on. Maybe next year for sure. First competition. Previous competition was Kalis Games 2023, which is end of October. It was a 3-day competition, October 27th, 28th, 29. So next would be Cebu Throwdown, which will be held here in Cebu, sa Talisay, which is in Herbal Dynamics, diba? Dynamics, yeah. So yeah, I think from there, muna akong next event. So far, kana na siya. Like nothing special. Every day, same thing. Working out. Again, freak of habit. So, kana. More siguro na siya. We're gonna.
akanin lang para at least na tayo mga one-liners like maybe what can you say to everyone sa imong message sa mga sa tao any message any message
Any message? Sige. In terms of which one man? Maybe in terms of life. I would suggest before stressing out on something, question why you're stressing out on that certain situation. Like kana lang like just because you're in that uh, uncertain situation doesn't mean nga you're gonna crawl down to a ball and then wala mag-overthink na ka like unsa kung buhaton na na. Use that overthinking as a tool for you to help yourself analyze on what the problem is. So kana there's a problem, think, is there a solution to it? Is there no solution to it? If yes, then there's your answer. If not, why is there no solution? Then if you question why there's no solution, think dayon nga what can a solution be, like what can you do for para nakay solution sa kana nga issue. Maybe one solution is asking help from a friend kana because to each problem there's always going to be a solution, so there's no need to be stressed about. There's nothing to be stressed about kana.
That's Coach Z, Zaien in a raw state. So, yeah, ALSA Philippines out. Always look straight ahead.